Hello, this is Matti. I thought that this time we would work on our singing a little bit. Last few videos have been quite guitar centric, but I think the singing is the most important part in rock and pop music that I mostly listen to, and that's something that I want to put a great focus on. So we're gonna start with the song and take a couple of approaches in trying to improve how it sounds. I'm gonna predict that along the way it's gonna sound really bad, and maybe hopefully towards the end it's gonna sound a little bit better. At least I will tell you what I'm trying to achieve and what I'm trying to focus on. So hopefully this will be helpful to some of you aspiring singers out there. The song is from Tom Waits, my absolute hero, and it's Take It With Me from Mule Variations, I think. You know, I forgot to bring my capo. I think I need a capo, so I'll be back in a while. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. So the song is in some key. The starting chord is C shape, but in the original key you have to put the capo on the first fret to achieve it. And Tom sings it in a pretty low register. So this is about how it goes in the record. Phones of the hope, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Gone. Now way back when we lived in Coney Island, ain't no good thing ever dies. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over, you're far away. So you can probably hear I'm kind of struggling to reach those low notes, and it doesn't work with my range that well. So what can we do to improve the sound? Well, I think the first thing in order would be to kind of open my vocal cords a little bit, and I have a really rapid warm up that I do that gets my voice open. And it basically goes like this. The first thing that you do is kind of imagine that there's a window right there, and I imagine that I see someone stealing my bike. So and what would I shout to them to stop them? Hey! So it's like really rapid shout, without like, you don't shout like hey, you do it a little bit differently. You kind of, the first moment you see someone doing something like that, you kind of you just use whatever air you have inside you, and you make an instinctive use of all of your core muscles to bring out a lot of volume. Hey! So that's a lot more snappier and more effective way of producing sound. Hopefully I didn't hopefully I didn't grab the audio inputs, but okay, so that's the first thing. To bring up the volume, you kind of don't want to push it with your lungs, but instead use your kind of diaphragm. It's kind of hard to explain what to do. And the second part is trying to get rid of some of that leak of air from my lungs, like phones of the hood. No one knows where we are. So you can hear the that kind of sound in my voice. And what can I do to get rid of that? Well, let's imagine that I want to whisper, make a sound like from whispering, like phones of the hook. And yeah, you don't want to whisper too much, but that's kind of how to start approaching it. So whisper at first, phones of the hook, and then just bring in a little bit more voice, phones of the hook, like a mixture of open voice and a whisper. And then if you're comparing those two sounds, like phones, and you kind of switch the dial more into that direction. It's hard to explain in another way, but phones. I'm gonna go extreme as far as I can go. Phones. You don't probably want to go that far, but you want to have a big amount of control on your breathing while you're singing. So let's try once more, and with the breath control, I suppose singers would call that something like twang. Phones of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. Ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. I'm gonna go straight to the chorus. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over, you're far away. I think that sounds better, at least in my ears, but I'm still struggling, especially with the last phrase of the verse. The I'm gonna take it with me when I go. So like, I'm gonna take it with me when I go. I think even Tom is singing pretty close to the mic, taking use of the proximity effect. Not perfectly certain about that, but I think that's really difficult for my range, and he has a much wider range than I have. So if you noticed, when I was showing you about the breath control and the twang part, I was singing a little bit higher, didn't I? So that tells me that this is not the natural place or the natural key for me to sing this song in. Like if I instinctively try to find some kind of way to sing, phones of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. I'm predicting that's probably an octave higher than the original. Why don't we try that? So yeah, I'm gonna do the first verse and go to the chorus, because it starts with a couple of verses, so you can hear essentially all of the notes in the song in a shorter while. Falls of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye. At the end of the day, you're up and you're over and you're far away. Works a little bit better. I think I'm straining just a little bit for those high notes. They are really close to my upper register, and I have to use a lot of force to bring them out. And what happens when I do that is I want to say that I'm affecting the tone of my voice in a way that reduces the vulnerability and the intimacy of the lyric and the feel that I want to go with or try to achieve with this song. So perhaps the original key is not perfect for my voice. I'll just take off the capo and let's try just a little bit lower, the semitone lower. And again. Falls of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, tree whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye. At the end of the day, you're up and you're over and you're far away. So that's already easier. I can still feel a little bit of the strain, unfortunately. And I had to clear my throat there, so it seems that I'm a little bit constricting my voice. And I can normally sing in this range, but it's much to do with all of those long notes. Of course, I can continue working on my power, and I should work on my power and control to make those notes work. But I can do another approach by lowering the key even more. That's a little bit of a compromise with this kind of song, which has a big difference between the lowest note and the highest note. So I'm kind of I want to pick some key that the lowest notes work, also the highest notes work, and it can be a little bit of a compromise. I do want to make it so that the verse is really kind of tender, vulnerable, peaceful and calm, and I raise the power or raise the feeling a little bit to the chorus, but not too much. So I want that for every step of the way my voice is having an easy time with it, so I can concentrate more on what I'm trying to put out than how I'm gonna be able to make these sounds. So let's see. I can probably drop a couple of steps more. I could use the capo again, but that's gonna bring out some difficulty because I would have to put the capo here, and that doesn't sound all that great, and it's hard to play from here. Well, it's not that bad. You can use that sometimes, but I'll just transpose on the fly a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Just trying to see how. Yeah. So I've done about 15 minutes so for the video. Yeah. So the first chord is C, so I can drop that down to an A easily. The second chord is an F, so that would be an D. And the next chord is an D7. And the last chord is G sus4 and G, so something like I think that'll probably work. Yeah, so let's try that. Falls off the hook, no one knows. It's difficult to do when I see that F chord in the page. I instinctively do that. So falls off the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. So that's probably okay. I could try a half step up, so that would be. Let's just try the chorus if I can do it a half step higher. So sorry. Far, 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 far away. Far, far. Falls of the hook. Far, far away. Train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. so we're splitting hairs now. I'll just take it out to make it a even a little bit easier. I could feel I'm straining a little bit again. So what's next? So I have a few things written here so I can remember what to cover. Okay, so I found perhaps a good key for me to sing it. So I can look into a little bit for the details. So again from the verse. Foes of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, a train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye. So I wonder if you can make it out, but I approach many of the notes naturally, kind of. Phones of the hook, and I end my phrases with a similar kind of dip, so it's not like phones of the hook. No one knows where we are. Instead, it's like phones of the hook, no one knows where we are. And that can be a good effect, but you don't want to do that kind of without realizing you're doing it. And how you do approach those notes affects greatly the attack and the decay of how your voice works. Check this out. Like, phones of the hook with the dips and without. Phones of the hook. No one knows where we are. There's like a little. The attack is much clearer. Like, no one knows where we are. And there's a small, like a bit of a squeal in the end. No one knows where we are. No one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, a train whistle blows. Yeah, a little bit in the wrong key, I think. Foes of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. Yeah, so I see I have set up a watch here so I can tell how much space I have in my file, so I have to reset my camera. So a short break and I'll be right back. So so we covered now the approaching the notes. The next thing is that this song has a few sustained long notes in the chorus. So far, far away, far, far away, train whistle blows wherever you're going, wherever you've been. So it's kind of easy to get into a place where your voice kind of dips down, or your volume level kind of dips down, like wherever you've been, without you noticing it, because it takes a lot of strength to keep that note going. So what we want to concentrate next on is to keeping the volume constant. So far, far away, a train whistle blows wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. So what you can try to do is, if you're having difficulties, is to kind of, as the note progresses, put more and more strength into your voice, like far, far away, a train whistle blows, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over and you're far away. So it evens it up just a little bit. Of course, that comes with the risk of altering your voice in a way that you don't desire. So keep listening to what your voice does, so you can try to achieve the note how you want it to come out. Yeah. So now that we've done a lot of work into removing all of the dynamics in our voices, or rather the involuntary, instinctive dynamics in our voice that comes from a place of comfort and habit. We want to bring the dynamics back with an intent, and this is the final part. And the basic formula is that the verses are quieter and the choruses are more loud. That's basically, you want to emphasize the high points, and that's why the verses are often at the lower part of the register and the choruses are in the higher part of the register, and you put more emphasis by using more volume. As well as volume, you can use the twang or the amount of twang to emphasize. Like, you could do the verses in a more breathy sound, for example, and put the twangy sound in for the choruses. Like, that would sound like a little bit like this. Falls of the hook, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye at the end of the day. You're up and you're over, and you're far away. So I hope you can hear a difference. So what's next? Probably when I'm practicing, I work on each step a lot longer, but I'm compressing things a little bit here, and I hope to reach a conclusion in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, so we've covered a lot of things with control and in our minds, with our skills, honing our skills to get to a place where we can communicate most effectively. But if you want to perform, you just you just can't be thinking about all of this stuff. This happens when you're home working out on this stuff. When you're performing, it all has to come out instinctively. So make all of these choices kind of beforehand and work on them so that everything feels natural when you're performing. And let's just try to just play and sing this stuff. So going back to the first phase when I was doing it instinctively, I guess that gets the point across, so let's try. Falls of the Who, no one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. Gonna take it with me when I go. Oh, long since gone, now way back when we lived in Coney Island. Ain't no good thing ever dies. Gonna take it with me when I go. Far, far away, train whistle blows. Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, waving goodbye. The end of the day, you're up and you're over, and you're far away. Always for you and forever yours. It felt just like the old days. We fell asleep on Bueller's porch. Gonna take it with me when I go. All broken down by the side of the road. It was never more alive or alone. Warm the faces of all the cards. Gonna take it with me when I go. to be more than flesh and bone. All that you love is all that you own. In a land there's a town, in the town there's a house, and in that house there's a woman. In that woman there's a heart I love. Gonna take it with me when I go. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. So yes, that concludes today's video. I hope you liked it, and I hope it's useful to you when trying to approach singing and learning how to work on some of these things. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching if you made it so far, and see you next time. Bye bye.